Dark skin was not a shame, it was a gift in Vedic India. Ancient Indians revered dark skin. Kali, Vishnu, Vaman, Ram, Krishna. All these gods are described as very beautiful, and the scriptures have super vivid descriptions of their dark skin. One description you'll frequently hear is Mega Shamam, which references a dark thundercloud ready to burst with rain. You'll find this in the Ramayana, in the Bhagavatam, in the Vishnu Puran, in the Mahabharata, and various other scriptures. A big source for this video is the book Black Avatar by Amit Majmudar. This is an awesome book. It's in the description. Go ahead and buy it. But in this book, Amit actually describes something he calls the three Krishnas in the Mahabharata. Firstly, there's a Krishna of divinity, Lord Krishna, the avatar of Vishnu. The Krishna of beauty, or Krishna, is Draupadi, the wife of the Pandavas. She was very dark-skinned and considered probably the most beautiful woman in the entire epic. Hence the name Krishna. Krishna, in this sense, means black or dark-skinned. Lastly is a Krishna of wisdom, Maharishi Ved Vyas, whose original name is Krishna Dvaipayana. Dvaipayana because he was born on an island, and Krishna because he was very dark-skinned. Again, also an avatar of Vishnu. At this point, you can kind of see that stigma around dark skin is not an ancient Indian thing. Ancient Indians actually liked all skin tones. Shiva and Parvati are noted for their very light or white skin. White as camphor, a type of mineral that's very white. Balaram, frequently paired with Krishna, is also light-skinned. Now this is kind of a theme. We see this with Vishnu and his great devotee Shesha, or this white, multi-headed great cobra. We'll see this with the sages, Nar being light-skinned and Narayan being dark-skinned. We see this with Lakshman being light-skinned and Ram being dark-skinned. It's kind of a beautiful juxtaposition or dichotomy that we see in Hindu theology, where we have this light-skinned devotee and dark-skinned god. Of course, we have these goddesses like Radha, Sita, or Lakshmi, who are also described as golden-skinned. Same thing with Lord Buddha, who's described as very golden-hued. And there's sometimes variations between descriptions, especially with the gold and the fair-skinned people, but the dark-skinned people are very prominently dark-skinned. My point is, ancient India had a unique acceptance around almost all skin tones. That is because this skin color stigma, this association with dark skin being bad, this spread more so because of the Turkic invasions into India. Around the 10th century AD is when we'd see some of the first most prominent ones with Mahmud of Ghazni. Now he would come down and sack Somnath multiple times as well as other areas in India, but he wouldn't really make that much of a base in India. It'd be a bit more temporary. Same thing with a few later invaders until the Delhi Sultanate and eventually the Mughal Empire. Now these Central Asian Turks themselves would be light-skinned, but they also had another cultural attachment to them. They were attached to Persian culture, and in Persian culture, light skin is a huge thing. That is a beauty standard. So they combine all of these sources of dark skin stigma, whether it's the Arab Islamic one, or the Central Asian Turk one, or the Iranian Persian one, and they would despise dark skin. They despised these Hindus and these Indians that they would conquer. They thought dark skin was ugly. And this is where we see kind of a slow motion cultural imposition start happening within India, especially the areas that they conquered. Add to the fact that a new slave trade also opened up. Dark-skinned Indians would be carried off into Central Asia and other parts of the Islamic world for slave work. Arabs associated dark skin with slavery due to the connection with Africa. Now it was the turn of Turks and Persians to associate more sun skin with slavery. Even the beloved poet Rumi, who isn't just popular today but was also popular back then, he had a lot of poetry criticizing dark skin and associating the word Hindu with slavery or dark skin or arrogance or ignorance and all these very negative connotations. This combination, Hindu, dark skin, slavery. That is what the Islamic world started to think of Hindus. It went away from this earlier Arab idea of men of wisdom to becoming men of slavery.